Hello everyone, I hope to find you all in good spirits. Sit back, relax and enjoy the show. Like, comment, share and subscribe. Here's your host, Dee.
Okay, where am I? I'm cutting off my head. Let's go up a little. Okay, there's my head. Good morning everyone and welcome to our channel. This is Dee with D&D Gardening and today is Sunday, April 20th and it is 11:44 a.m. As you can see, I don't have my watch on because I've been working on videos all morning and I just forgot to put my watch on. Anywho, I am going to do more gardening chores, but the main focus of my chore today is I got to get these tomato plants pruned. We've had rain and it stopped raining early this morning and I got to get to pruning because everything, it seems that rainwater just makes everything double in size and these tomatoes are out of control. They're out of control. So I need to go on and bite the bullet and prune the lower leaves. I started it, but I did not finish that. I need to actually complete it and I need to make sure I do it today. So come along with me and let's get to pruning. Okay, before I get started on these tomatoes, look, they are, remember where they were before and they weren't up as high as that little gray part on the fence post? Yeah, look at them now. And this is just after a few days of rain. It's unbelievable how vital rainwater is to a garden. So anywho, I'm getting ready to start pruning. Okay, that's Amish paste. This is mushroom basket. And you would have flowers on you. Psh. I'm gonna have to cut them off. I'm so sorry. I was being a bad plant parent. Tomato! Alright, let's see, can I get y'all under here without hurting you? Why is that on that side? I'm not gonna be able to do this, y'all. Okay, I gotta do something different. Okay, that is going to do it for me for today. I didn't do much because, let me tell y'all, lesson learned on the tomatoes. You need to start immediately pruning those, or you'll be sorry. Like I am. There's nothing wrong with them other than the fact that not only did the branches on the bottom get longer, the suckers on those branches got longer, and they all have flowers on them. They all have blooms on them, and I can't cut them because that means I'm going to be cutting away possible fruit. So, lesson learned. Start pruning early. Once you get those bad boys in the ground, check weekly to make sure that there is at least, you know, you're going to have to do it in increments because I believe, and I'll have to look this up so don't quote me, that at least a foot or half a foot of space between the branches and the soil is optimum. Yeah, and I didn't do that. And the Florida weave it's a great tool, but I don't think it's a great tool for this bed. Maybe one side of the bed versus me having all 4 feet done. Yeah. Oh my Lord, y'all. Okay, so I started and then I stopped pruning because of that. Now, in its place, what I started doing was I planted my, what do you call that thing? Ground cherry. I planted that, and I also planted the hang on, let me get the name of that thing. All right, what are you? You are the, okay. Alrighty, it's called the Grandfather Sweet Pepper. So, I had 8 of them, but I put 2 in the same pot, or same grow bag. Yeah, that's what I did. Now, the other day, I found a pest in our garden, and you'll see a short, or you probably have seen the short or whatever. So now I'm going to have to get me some, they call it a liquid fence, and you spray along the edge of your garden, and rabbits, moles, gophers, those things, well, not gophers because they go underground, but you know what I mean. They won't come into your yard and invade your crop. And I'm hoping that it works when I get it, until we can get our fence replaced. And we're going to add concrete at the bottom of the fence, you know, from the ground to the start of the fence, and then the fence will be on top of that. That way, we know ain't nothing going to get in here. So, thank you for joining me. If this is your first time or your 5th time watching one of our videos or visiting our channel, hit that subscribe button. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to be notified the next time we upload a video. And always remember, grow your own, eat your own. And until I see you on the next one, take care. Bye.
Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.